Hereditary Movie Explained. Introduction. Hereditary, directed by Ari Aster, is a psychological horror film released in 2018. It explores themes of grief, trauma, family dynamics, and the concept of inherited mental illness. The film's unsettling atmosphere and complex narrative invite multiple interpretations, making it a significant piece in contemporary horror cinema. This analysis will delve into the film's plot, characters, themes, and its broader implications. Plot summary. The film opens with the death of Ellen Graham, the secretive and estranged grandmother of the Graham family. Her daughter, Annie Toni Collette, is an artist who creates miniature models, often depicting her family's life. Annie's husband, Steve Gabriel Byrne, and their two children, Charlie Millie Shapiro and Peter Alex Wolfe, navigate their grief in different ways. Annie discovers disturbing details about her mother's life, including her involvement in a cult that worshipped a demon named Paimon. The film's tension escalates when Charlie, who exhibits strange behavior and has an odd connection to her deceased grandmother, dies in a tragic accident while attempting to escape Peter's chaotic life. In the wake of Charlie's death, Peter struggles with guilt and isolation, while Annie descends into madness, seeking solace through a seance. This act of desperation unleashes a series of horrifying events, culminating in Peter's confrontation with the supernatural forces that have infiltrated their lives. Character analysis. 1. Annie Graham. Toni Collette's performance as Annie is central to the film's emotional impact. Annie's journey from a grieving mother to a woman possessed by despair is haunting. Her obsession with her mother's legacy and her struggles with mental illness highlight the generational trauma that plagues her family. 2. Peter Graham. Peter is portrayed as a typical teenage boy, yet his character is deeply affected by family dynamics and grief. His guilt over Charlie's death manifests in paranoia and hallucinations, making him a tragic figure caught between his family's legacy and his desire for normalcy. 3. Charlie Graham. The enigmatic Charlie serves as a conduit for the film's horror. Her strange behaviors and the connection to Paimon raise questions about identity and the influence of the past. Her death is a pivotal moment, shifting the narrative from familial strife to supernatural terror. 4. Steve Graham. As the voice of reason amidst chaos, Steve's character represents the struggle to maintain family unity in the face of tragedy. His attempts to support Annie highlight the strain that grief places on relationships. Themes. 1. Grief and trauma. The film intricately weaves the theme of grief into its narrative. Each character responds to loss in different ways, creating a portrait of a family fractured by tragedy. Annie's descent into madness reflects the debilitating effects of unresolved trauma. 2. Familial legacy. Hereditary examines how familial ties shape identity and destiny. The concept of inherited traits, both psychological and supernatural, underscores the film's narrative. Annie's struggles with her mother's influence mirror the generational curses that haunt the family. 3. Mental illness. The film's portrayal of mental illness is nuanced, suggesting that it can be both inherited and exacerbated by trauma. Annie's breakdown and the family's history of instability raise questions about the nature of madness and its impact on relationships. 4. The supernatural. While Hereditary operates on a psychological level, the supernatural elements serve as metaphors for internal struggles. The presence of Paimon symbolizes the family's inability to escape their dark legacy, illustrating how external forces can manipulate personal grief. 5. Control and power. The film explores the dynamics of control within the family. Annie's attempts to assert her agency through art and spirituality highlight her struggle against the overpowering influence of her mother and the cult. The power struggle culminates in Peter's ultimate loss of control. Cinematic techniques. Ari Aster employs various cinematic techniques to enhance the film's emotional and psychological impact. 1. Cinematography. The use of wide-angle shots and deliberate framing creates a sense of isolation. The meticulous attention to detail in Annie's miniature models parallels the character's emotional states, inviting viewers to explore deeper meanings. 2. Sound design. The unsettling score by Colin Stetson contributes to the film's tension. The haunting soundscape amplifies feelings of dread, particularly in scenes where supernatural elements are introduced. 3. Pacing and editing. Aster's pacing allows the audience to immerse themselves in the characters' emotional journeys. The gradual buildup of tension creates a sense of impending doom, culminating in shocking revelations. 4. Symbolism. The film is rich in symbolism, from the models that reflect Annie's inner turmoil to the recurring motifs of fire and loss. Each element serves to deepen the narrative and enhance the horror. Cultural and social commentary. Hereditary can be interpreted as a commentary on the complexities of family dynamics in contemporary society. The film addresses the stigma surrounding mental illness and the difficulty of confronting familial trauma. By portraying a family unraveling under the weight of grief, Astor invites viewers to reflect on their own relationships and the legacies they inherit. Additionally, the film raises questions about the nature of belief and the impact of cults on individual identity. Annie's fascination with her mother's cult highlights the allure of belonging, even in toxic environments, and the dangers of blindly following inherited ideologies. Conclusion: Hereditary stands out as a masterful exploration of grief, trauma, and the darker aspects of familial ties. Its haunting narrative, combined with exceptional performances and innovative cinematic techniques, creates an unsettling yet thought-provoking experience. The film challenges viewers to confront the free complexities of human emotions and the legacies we carry, making it a significant work in the horror genre. As audiences continue to dissect its layers, Hereditary cements its place as a contemporary classic, leaving a lasting impression long after the credits roll.